All right, guys, so I'm inside my garage here, and one of the things I'm kind of excited about going through is something that I've been hearing about my whole life and have never really had the opportunity, I guess, or the privilege of looking through this. So my dad, he has this old school chest that is older than me, and it's a pretty cool piece. We're gonna kind of clean it up, spiff it up, put it in our house and all that. But I've already kind of searched through it, like for some of his old belongings and whatnot, and I've cleaned out basically most of it. But at the bottom of this chest, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute here, there's all these comic books that he has had since I don't even know when. I mean, I believe that they're at least probably some are as old as me, and maybe some are, you know, maybe from the 80s, maybe even into the early 90s or whatever. But there's stuff in there that's probably at least 20 to 25 years old, if not maybe 30 to 40, maybe even 50 years old. I don't know, but there's a lot of them. Now, the condition is the problem. I don't know, with him being a smoker, if they are going to be all yellowed in the pages. I don't know if they're going to be all cracked in the spines or pages bent or dog-eared or whatnot, just because he didn't really put them in any type of proper, at least for comic books, proper storage. And well, let's just get to it right now, and then I'll show you what we're talking about, okay? All right, so it's kind of dark in my garage, so it's a little bit hard to see, but you can kind of see it here. Let's see if I can get out of the way and show you it in the light a little bit. This is the old school piece. It's this chest, and it's pretty sweet. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm gonna pop open this lid. It's got these latches right here, which still work. They still close. And, open that up. It has this another latch on this side right over here, but it's also got this lock which is busted. And this is supposed to go up in here, and then have a little key that's supposed to turn it, but this little thing is supposed to turn right there, but I don't believe that I've got a key for it. I haven't seen this thing locked in forever. It's supposed to have these leather straps right here, but the leather's worn away from the strap. And then it was supposed to have leather straps. Ooh, that's really dark, you can't see it. But there was supposed to be leather straps that kind of go across right there too. But anyway, let's get to the good stuff, shall we? Let's pop this open and we'll look inside. All right, so there's the top. It's a little tray. This thing does come out. This is just a bunch of nonsense in there. A little stained up, and then this little piece was just cardboard that was supposed to go across there, but that has since broken off. But you know, we'll make do. But this is what I'm talking about underneath here. Let's take a look. All right, there we go. We just have literally bags and bags of comic books. It's kind of hard to see. Stuff in there, another bag there, another bag of stuff there. So it's really dark, you can't really see anything, but I'm gonna pull these couple bags out here. They're probably newer just because it looks like they have the plastic around them, but let's pop through them and see what we see, okay? Okay, let's get that one out there. Get that one out there. There's even more underneath there. I didn't even see that. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Alright. Let's see what we got. I've been hearing about these comics pretty much my entire life, so I am very eager to see what's in here. And I won't show you everything because, I mean, there's hundreds of these comics. I'm just going to show you if I pull out anything that's worthwhile, and if so, what my thoughts are on it, okay? So hopefully we can see it together, okay? Okay guys, check this out. So I'm not even halfway through this bag yet. Well, I mean, I guess maybe I'm halfway, but I still got a bunch in there, but check this out. It's always nice to know. Night Thrasher. What is this? It's #1. Right here you can see. Issue #1. Marvel 92. Sweet. Oh, okay, so part 1 of 4. So let's hope maybe he's got all the 4. I don't know. I just pulled this out in a big stack, like a hand width, so I don't know what's in here, but I just noticed it was a #1, so I was like, oh, sweet. Check it out. Night Thrasher, #2. All right. All right, so 92, so these are 26 years old. 3, it looks like that's a 4th. Very cool. Now, I am by no means a comic book expert, but #1s obviously hold a little bit more value than the regular issues, unless certain things happen to take place within these other issues along the way. Maybe the introduction of a new character that becomes popular, or a certain battle between 2 other characters, or certain artwork by a certain artist, things of that nature. Those all add value to the way the comics are, along with standard things like the condition. So let's go ahead and take a look at like that #1 issue of that Night Thrasher, just as far as the condition goes. All right, so as you can see here, it's pretty striking. I mean, you see a lot of contrasting colors with the black and red and the yellows and the blues. So that adds a lot of pop to it, right? That's a good thing. We want to look and make sure there's nothing torn. So you got to look along the edges. Some of the things that can be a problem is like if things get nicked up. Black is especially bad for showing nicks and dings and scratches and stuff like that. So if you see black along the edges and it still looks good, like this is pristine right here. I mean, for 26 years old, that looks awesome, especially just been sitting in a paper bag. But I did notice something over here, okay? Forgive my fingers kind of wandering. See how that's turned up? See if I can turn it for you. See how it's turned up? That's a no-no. That's the kind of stuff that putting these in a bag does, all right? The rest of the edge looks pretty clean there. Corner looks a little frayed. It's not completely crisp, but not terrible, but let's see, go along the sides here. That corner looks pretty good. Now, one of the main things about comics, because people like to read them, is you will look for cracks along the spine. So you'll look for little creases that go in like this, okay? That tells you that somebody has not only probably read it, but also they have bent the comic this way. So that means it's been manhandled, okay? Sometimes you'll see there'll be a little crease. It'll be right in here, like along the spine of a book. When you have a paperback, you open it and you have a crease that goes in there. But this doesn't seem to have any creases on the side of this thing, nor does it have any like little lines where the spine's been broken. So that is amazing for 26 years and sitting in a paper bag. So overall, I would actually give this thing like a condition of probably something like probably at least a 9 out of 10. I mean, that's pretty darn good. So other things you're gonna wanna look for is you're gonna have yellowing of pages. That can be very common if it's exposed to elements. Doesn't look like these are too bad. They all still look pretty white, but you can see every one of these pages is bent right down here in the corner. Not too bad. Over time, it would probably straighten out if you put it in a sleeve with a back on it. But overall, this is in great shape. All right, guys, this is I'm excited about right here. Check this out. So if you know anything about comics, or if you know anything about maybe even the toy industry, you will know that name right there, Todd McFarlane. This is the guy, is the creator of Spawn, and essentially kind of launched Image Comics into what it was back in the day, just kind of basically put it on the map. And this is the third one. Third one, 2 of those. I haven't seen a 1 or a 2 yet. We got a 5, a 6, a 7. So this is gonna go on for a little bit here, I think, but that is very exciting. Look at the artwork on that. That's fantastic. That looks good right there. Look at that.
job, Dad. All right, here you go. Check it out. Guardians of the Galaxy, popular movie these days, right? Infinity War. Infinity War crossover. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Pretty sweet. These aren't low numbers. 28, 29, what was that one? 27. I got a 30 here, so I guess after 29 they stopped with the Infinity War crossover because that doesn't have it on that one. Kind of interesting to see these things come around. Yeah, this is something that is very interesting when I talk to you about how things can do kind of crossover into different things and can add value. Now, I'm not saying that these are worth much of anything, but this is what we're talking about. So, 93, Marvel releases Spider-Man Unlimited. Maximum Carnage begins here. This is the character Carnage right here. So what we see is, this is Spider-Man Unlimited number 1, but we go over here and we go to Web of Spider-Man, released same year. Web of Spider-Man's number 101, but Maximum Carnage part 2 of 14. So what they're doing is essentially kind of like linking these universes together. And we have here Amazing Spider-Man number 378, still the same time frame, 93. This is part 3 of 14 of Maximum Carnage. So as you can see, what they're doing is they're saying, okay, oh, and by the way, kids, yeah, Venom, that was when I was a kid growing up. But what they do is they're linking these all together and bringing more readers to the whole Spider-Man universe.
Okay, I've gone through those 2 bags and looked like there was some pretty decent stuff, but nothing really older than like early 90s. I think I saw one from 86, some of my old G.I. Joe comic books. But there was one that I thought was pretty interesting, so let me show you that. Yeah.
So this is Red Sonja. You can see, remember how I told you earlier, black is really difficult to keep up the edges because any little mark gets discolored. That's a big boo-boo right there. That whole top's all chewed up, but look at the year of this. 1977. It's not too bad for a comic being 41 years old. It's in pretty decent shape. But definitely got to get some backs on these and some sleeves on these, but it's not too shabby for being that old. A little bit of yellowing in the pages, but also the pages weren't as crisp white back then. Well, look at this. Let Joe Weider build you a better body for just $7.98. Buy now. Good stuff.
That's it, guys. I am going to sign off for now. I've got a lot more bags, as you can see, to look through. I'm not going to go through them all tonight. I'm actually not going to go through any more until I get some more backs and sleeves, because anytime I find something good, I just want to throw it in there right away. So that's it for now. If I find anything good along the way, I'll make another video. Remember, go to Wazwa, W-A-Z-W-A, subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. But please go subscribe. You know anybody that likes comics or this kind of stuff? Send them over. They can take a look at it and then subscribe too. All right, later.